Okay, so on this one, we are trying to graph the function y equals 2 to the x plus 2 power minus 1. This is exponential, isn't it? Because x plus 2 is in the power. This is called exponential because x is in power. So when x is an exponent in power, we call it an exponential function. Means these things always rocket up on one side, flatten out on the other. So look at the notes. So here's the exam 3 notes, in which I typed up for you how to graph an exponential. And eventually I showed it. So they always rocket up or down on one side. This example that I did on the notes rockets down on one side, and notice it flattens out on the other. That's the horizontal asymptote. So they always have a flattening line, a horizontal asymptote, and a rocket up or down one way or the other line. They always rocket on one side, flatten on the other. That's what exponential graphs always do. And right here it says the number added or subtracted at the back, this number, is the horizontal asymptote. And if there's no number there, it's a height of 0. So that's important. The number at the back is the horizontal asymptote. So let's start with that. So this number back here, this right here, is the horizontal asymptote. So -1. So let me go put that on the graph. Right here, going through -1, that's the horizontal asymptote. So the graph is going to flatten out there. We know it's gonna rocket up one side, flatten on the other. Maybe it'll rocket this way and flatten that way. Maybe it'll rocket down this way and flatten. Maybe it'll rocket down this way and flatten. But somehow it's gonna do one of those 4 basically. It's gonna flatten on that horizontal asymptote line, and then it's gonna rocket up one way or the other. Okay, how do we find the particulars? Well, it says make a table and first plug in an x value that will make the power 0. Okay, let's do that. So let's make an xy table and first plug in what will make x 0. What's going to make x 0? I'm sorry, not make x 0. What's going to make the power 0? Here's the power zone right there. -2. See that? Plugged in right there. So let me write that. So step number 1. Start with an x value to make power 0. So you start with an x value that will make the power 0. That just makes it nice for you. So you get, what do you get? 2 to the -2 plus 2 minus 1. So y will be 2 to the 0 minus 1, which is 1 minus 1, which is 0. Remember, anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's -2 out of 0. That's right there. So we got one dot. And we got where that thing's going to flatten. Okay, now we just need one more. We look back here at the notes. Start there. Next, try adding 1. And if that doesn't work well, subtract 1. It'll work fine for us this time. I'm just going to add 1. So just add 1 to whatever you just had. So I'm just going to go, okay, just add 1. So that'll be what? -1. That went up by 1. -1. So now I'm going to take the equation. Y equals 2 to the x plus 2 minus 1. And I'm going to plug in the x value of -1. Right there. So what do I get? Y equals 2 to the -1 plus 2 minus 1. Y equals 2 to the 1 minus 1. Y equals 2 minus 1, or 1. 2 to the 1 is just 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1. So back 1, up 1. Where's that point? Right there. Back 1, up 1. So now we know. You can tell which way it's going, huh? It's got to go like this. So it's obviously rocketing this way, flattening that way. Does that make sense? If I got a dot here and a dot here, then I would know it's going down this way. If I got a dot here and a dot here, I know it's going down that way. If I got a dot here and a dot there, I know it's going up that way, and flattening on the other side, because exponential graphs always rocket on one side, up or down, right or left, and flatten on the other side. So therefore, this graph must rocket this way, flatten that way. There, and so there's the exponential graph. So how did I do it? I started by the number that's off to the right. That's the horizontal asymptote, -1. Put that on the graph. Exponential graphs have a horizontal asymptote. And then I started by plugging in x value to make the power 0. So I looked at the power. I thought, I got to make that power 0. Plug in -2. So I plugged in -2, made the power 0. Y is 0. -2, 0. Put that dot down. Then just add 1. Plug in -1. Did that right here. Got -1, 1. Got the 2 dots, and then I know the story. It must be rocketing that way, flattening the other. That's what the notes say. And then when you do it on the let me go to it, number 15 here. I think it's not too bad, I don't think. Let me see. I'll get a different one by random draw here. So I got 5 to its -1. So mine's a -1. So I want you to click on the horizontal. It says the horizontal asymptote. I think you click on the horizontal, so it should be -1. Yeah, boom. So I just clicked somewhere down 1, -1. And now I'm going to click at another point. Now I'm just doing these in my head. Plug in 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 1. So it's going to be 0, 0, isn't it? Plug in 0, yeah. Boom. And then I need one more. Plug in 1, it'll be 4. Like that. Boom. Yeah. So you just click once on the horizontal asymptote, and then the other 2 clicks produce the graph. And I think I got this one right. This was different than the one I was just doing. So you just click once on the horizontal asymptote, it'll make that. Then the other 2 dots click on the 2 points to make the graph. And you'll have it. And so that's what I did on this one. Getting back to the iPad here. So again, click anywhere on the, click here or here or here, anywhere you want, anywhere on the horizontal. Just click here, and then it'll make the horizontal asymptote. Then click this dot and this dot, and it'll make the exponential graph. And on the exam, you'll be able to identify the correct multiple choice. It'll be multiple choice on the exam. So there we go.